fields. Yeah, so Chicago is October the 10th. So it's about a month before New York. On the women's side, Ruth Chepnegich, she's won the world title before. She's the top seed. She's run 207. Then it's basically all Americans on the women's side. Yeah, Sarah Hall, Keira D'Amato, and Emma Bates there for the U.S. Chepnegich is really the only top-level Kenyan or Ethiopian in this race. On the women's side, on the men's side, more depth up front, a lot of fast times. No superstar real names, though. And you have Galen Rupp leading the way for the Americans. So kind of two different fields here. One is extremely American heavy. The other one, it has Galen Rupp, but a lot of people who have run 203, 204, 205.
Yeah, it's just so interesting, the dynamic of how all these marathon fields look. They're not all marathons are equal, right? And especially in this weird time where we have all of them happening in the same like 3-month period. Even in the same marathon, the men's field looks like an actual marathon that's international, and the women's field just looks like the Arizona marathon that we had back in December, right? Keira D'Amato, Sarah Hall, like whatever, all the top, the Marathon Project. It just looks like a repeat of the Marathon Project. I'm excited for Sarah Hall. She mentioned that this was her attempt at trying to break the American record, right? Is that been said on paper?
Why do you report it? No, I think she's put that time out there before.
Statement. She put that
2:19:36. She's ran 2:20:32. So she's within a minute, and she ran that at the Marathon Project, the aforementioned Marathon Project.
I mean, I could see it happening. Could you?
Yeah, of course. This is interesting, though, because when you have Chepnegich, who probably is going to want to run faster than 2:19, so is she going to have her group of pacers, and then Sarah Hall is going to have a separate group of pacers? I'm interested in this. It's just so stark looking at that start list, because usually there's a bunch of people in between, and there's plenty of people to pick off and run with. So I think absolutely she can do it. I'm just interested in the pacing side of things, because look at this. Put this field up again, if you could, please. Like, if everything goes to form, let's just say they run exactly at their PRs. I know it's not going to happen, but Hall is in the middle of nowhere then, because she's 3 minutes behind Chepnegich and 2 minutes ahead of Keira D'Amato. She'll have pacers, hopefully. And again, it's not going to be, the race isn't going to work out entirely like this. And maybe they'll add in some people. Maybe there's some folks that they're waiting for. Maybe Bekele will jump in this race to Rabbit. He'll triple. Like, he'll need something to do in between September and November, and he'll run this. But this is not filled with people who can keep you company in the later miles.
Yeah. I mean, you mentioned that Chepnegich is going to want to run faster than 2:19. Are you just saying that? Like, or do you think she's going to be going out here to try to run a PB? Or do you think she's just going out here to win it?
She DNF'd in the Olympics, so she doesn't have as much in her legs. She can cruise a 2:19, couldn't she?
Yeah, I feel like she's going to look at this field and be like, hey, how much do I get for winning this race? I decided to beat all these Americans. I don't think she's going to be like, all right, let's go run 2:17. She's like, all right, I'll run a 2:20 pace and then win in the end. And if she has that confidence of like, this is a weaker field, I can then, sorry, I hear more screaming in the background.
More noises. I have no idea what's going on in Gordon's house. Is everything okay?
I texted her. We'll find out.
Okay.
But what was I trying to say? Is that if she like kind of thinks it's a second tier field and she runs a 2:20 pace, that basically gives Sarah Hall a de facto like
someone to
carrot to kind of to stay with, and that if Ruth basically makes it a 2:19, 2:20 race, that helps Sarah Hall, who then can stay in that pace and then kind of close in on that American record.
Yeah.
So Basically, a
Yeah,
long-winded way of saying this: maybe Ruth becomes Sarah Hall's pacer.
yeah. Rupp has a challenge here. This is a deep field, but I also think this is basically as easy as it's going to get for Galen Rupp to win a major marathon over the next couple of years because the field is split amongst all these majors. You don't have Kipchoge in this race. You don't have Kenenisa Bekele in this race. You don't have some of the folks who beat him in the Olympics in this race. And yet still you just look at that and it's an uphill battle. I mean, you go back to three of these gentlemen set their PBs in 2021 with a 204.29, 204.19, and 205.47. These aren't guys who are just up there with resumes that are dated. These are relevant new names that are coming in, which is the challenge of the marathon, which is what makes Kipchoge's excellence so impressive. It's just nobody, as soon as somebody ages out, it feels like three people age right into running 204 or 203.
Yeah. So now we have all these fields. Which